Alright, so this is the 1969 Austin Healey Sprite. It's currently on jack stands. That's why it looks like it's popping a wheelie. This car has not been started in 25 years, approximately. It's in really good condition. It was repainted not sure how many years ago, but it doesn't have a lot of rust. Most of the tonneau covers and everything are all in real good shape. It came with a bunch of crap like any other old classic garage car will. The interior is definitely going to need some work. Seats are tore up. It's missing the center console, or the radio, and where the hazard lights go. Someone at some point decided they wanted to paint the engine, and of course painted all the associated parts together, so that took some time to pry those apart. The electrical is a little bit tore up because a family of mice decided to live in this car for a little while. And because of that, open the boot here. That is not rust. That is just dirt and rat feces, or mouse feces. Either way, it's rodent feces. Needless to say, as I've been working on this car, I've been wearing my breather apparatus. But I mean, there's even little turds up here too. So yeah, it's a work in progress. Not a lot of rust, mostly just surface rust. Either that or they painted over the rust. We'll find out here in a couple years, I'm sure. But going ahead, and I'm replacing the distributor cap with a later model one. The earlier one was one of these screw-in types. It looks like something from like the Predator, but these were pretty tore up. So I said, "Oh, I'll just get new plugs." And of course, the new plugs I got were not designed for that distributor cap. So a couple bucks later, and another brown truck of happiness from Moss Motors, and got that. I'm going to go ahead and drained all the oil out. It actually had oil. You can't really see it, but it came out. It was like in the movies where they finally strike oil in the Old West, and it comes spurting out the top of. It was like thick black gold. It was like crude oil, but there was at least oil in there, and I got it all out and just cleaned up the cap, which was also painted. It was almost like in the bottom of this was almost the consistency of like an uncured like sealant. It was just goop in the bottom of this. So I got it mostly cleaned out. I'm going to do a little bit more work. You can obviously see there's still some in there, but I'm going to get that cleaned out, fill it back up with oil, and that'll be the first fluid exchange, and then I'm going to have to do the rest of the fluid exchanges. As you can see here, you can't really see too well. There's some work to be done. There's some chewed through wires. So when they painted it, they decided to paint the inside black, and they did a horrible job at masking it. And in the process, they painted over fuses in the fuse block. So I mean, you look at the fuse, you can't even tell if it's been blown or not. I'm going to replace them anyway, but it's just kind of humorous. Got a new battery in there. The other day I just wanted to see what happened when I turned the key. I didn't try to start it, of course. I just wanted to see what was going on with the electrical, and the only thing that happened was I got the red ignition light right there came on, so but that's a straight wire from here to the ignition, so at least something is intact. But the only other thing that happened was a very loud clicking from the rear of the car, and I'm almost certain that was a fuel pump, although I don't know what it was trying to do. I haven't checked to see what the fuel is like in this. It's probably turpentine, but yet another fluid that must be drained. But yeah, I've had it about a week, and I guess it's lived in a garage for the past 25, 30 years or so, and someone stumbled upon it and thought they could get a couple bucks for it, and they did. Not too much though. Good deal on it, but yeah. So this is the project, and I've got a couple months to get it running before I have to head out of the country for a little while. And I want to at least have it running so that I can get it out of here and my wife can have her parking spot back, which will immediately be taken back away from her when I get back and the car comes back in here. So, yet another project. Should be fun. First time I've ever really worked on a Sprite. So, yeah, that's the Sprite. Oh, his name is Nigel, and him and I are going to get to know each other very intimately.